I think there's this understanding in the chronic illness community that when you are chronically ill, it does impact your day-to-day life. I think there's a reduction of stigma around ADHD, not so much with autism. And when you have someone like me who is AuDHD, those things impact your everyday life too. Sometimes for me more than my chronic illness, maybe sometimes the same, but definitely still impacts it. I have a book that I'm reading, and I've only gone a page in, so this is very ADHD of me to do this. What is it called? What's the actual book called? Organizing Solutions for People with ADHD. I want this home to be home. I want it to be clean. I want it to be decluttered. I have grown up with a history of houses with hoarding, houses with disorganization, houses where it was just so disabling for the person with ADHD. And I don't want that to happen in this home too. 4 years into living here. And my partner is so neurotypical and so great, actually. He is so understanding. We have learned about my ADHD together. We try so many different systems. So I did do the clutter bug quiz, found out I'm a B. I had him take it too. If there's anybody else living in your house, have them take it too. He's also a B. And I think one of the problems is I have been trying to be like a ladybug. I have tried to like take all our clutter and shove it away, but that doesn't work. And then I try to be a butterfly and have it like out in the open, and that doesn't work for me. So we have tried year after year different methods of things. We have baskets over there that held like our mail, and all it did was accumulate mail. Now there's like beautiful flowers hanging over there. Why am I filming this? I am filming this because every time I watch another decluttering thing, all I can keep thinking to myself is, why did I disregard that thing that clearly is clutter? Why couldn't I tap into it? Why couldn't I just deal with it? Because that is another thing that's impacting the mess in the home. Bees, I guess, like to hoard things. They have a hard time getting rid of stuff. But like, I look at this area and it's so beautiful. There's no more mail over here. It's gorgeous to look at. I have this beautiful section that just makes sense. I like seeing these because then it reminds me to grab them, and I can grab them easily. I like having this because it is colorful, it's affirming. I enjoy it. I have my phone at a place. This is stuff I'm getting rid of, but we're going to get rid of more. I told myself 1 video a month. It might be 2 videos this month. I tend to jump into projects and then leave them for 6 months. I want to try to hit the things that I couldn't previously declutter before. That's the goal. This says the best organizational system for someone with ADHD is the one that is most efficient, simplest, most convenient, and the easiest to maintain because it requires the least number of steps and materials. That's the goal, I guess. And then people online wonder why my partner and I take doors off of things. I think taking off doors is a very big part of my life. It takes away the extra step of having to open and close it. Yes, I can see my dishes over there, but it just takes away the step. That door didn't close properly anyway. Hooks and open shelving. Yes, we use so many hooks. We should probably use more hooks. Inventory must not fill storage. Don't keep building storage. Reduce your inventory. I've been trying for years. It's eating away in the back of my head. I can hear it. That shirt and that other shirt. Those 2 shirts that you touched and you told everybody that you are not going to wear, but you're not going to get rid of them either. Why? What is the sentimental value? Was it the experience? I don't know. I need to get them. I just want you to know that my AuDHD brain finished. Oh, so I filmed the vlog yesterday. I edited the vlog yesterday and today. I uploaded the video today. It has been less than 4 hours, and it's already gnawing away at me that, like, you didn't get rid of those things. It's a quick turnaround. So it's this Vermont State University shirt. They were giving them away for free. Free stuff. People love free stuff. It's not even cozy. You know what I would prefer? I think this might help me get rid of things. I could like daydream about a beautiful tie-dye shirt, maybe with like purples and different shades of purples. I would love a soft white shirt that I could tie-dye. And I would much rather have that than this. I think there's an element of like exclusivity in this. This shirt is soft. It's open farm. It's advertising is what it is. It literally says on the back, ask me anything about open farm. I don't work in retail anymore. That was something to get me through trauma. I don't want people to come up to my autistic self and be like, tell me about open farm. And be like, back up. I don't want to talk to you. It's soft. It's advertising. I don't know what the like get rid of in this one is other than like, no more. I wear this all the time. I don't wear this all the time. I wear this all the time in winter. I'm wearing this now. I haven't worn this in quite a while. I wear it sometimes, I guess, but like, I don't wear it, Jess. Jess, you don't wear it. Is this accountability body doubling today? And this is fine. I kind of miss the rats because they would love this and I could give it to them. I do wear this. Again, I'm not just ADHD. ADHD is its own battle for sure. But when you're also autistic, I tend to like one thing and I want it indefinitely. So this has been like the one pair of pants I have worn since college. And I've been out of college for 7 years now. So we're talking maybe 10 years. There's no button here. It's no longer a part of it. Could I tell myself, hey, you can fix that? Yes, because I also have this voice inside of me that eats away at me and says, reduce your consumption while also not impacting the environment. I have less welcome to the floor OCD as well. Between my autism and OCD, I struggle with this idea of I need to do the best I can for the environment. I went to an environmental college. I try to think about impact. I know there's huge impacts that we have. I know there's even bigger impacts that companies have on our environment. And so like, I know that this is not donatable because it's not just that the button's missing. There are holes in here. This is a well-loved pair of pants. There's a hole here. And I think there's holes. So can we also talk about the fact that this is just Christmas trees the whole way? There's a giant hole here. I could patch this. I could patch this. I could put a button on it. I think I tell myself this stuff because I see other people do it. And I think there's something inside of me that just has to give permission to let go of this because it's literally haunting me. And I don't even like the pair of pants itself. It's just the only one I have of this kind. I don't know why I do it. I folded it even though it's going in the trash. And then these socks, which I will occasionally wear, but more importantly, they're not mine. I borrowed them. I am historically cold all the time, in winter especially. And so these go in there because they're not mine and I borrowed them. This goes back in because I'm wearing it. This goes back in because I wear it. This goes back in because I wear it. This is going to try to go back in because I bought them. They're organic basics. They are ethically made, which is another hyper focus I've had at the time. I am going to try so hard to tell myself I don't need to keep these, but I'm actually really unsure if I want to get rid of them yet. They do fit me. They technically are good for working out. The one thing I don't really actually like is the top. The question is, do I put it on and make myself feel uncomfortable for sensory reasons to make sure it is in fact a sensory issue? Or do I just trust my body, who has not chosen to put on these clothes for a long time, because I know that they're just not comfortable? These are not going back in here. That being said, I'm not sure what I'm doing with them. So, but between you, me, and yesterday's video, we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in there that I left in there. And I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 things that actually should go in there right now. I had more things that were cluttering this basket that I don't use than things that I even do use. ADHD, AuDHD is a wild thing. This is not like declutter with me. This is like processing my brain. No more. I say this every year. No more. This is a top. Just looking at it makes me want to squirm. I think it's truly that I hate sports bras, and it's just so, I mean, it stretches, right? But like, I don't, no. I could sell this, I guess, at a garage sale for cheap, because I'm probably not going to sell it for very much. This is one where I'm going to take it to my partner. I'm going to explain to him exactly what I've been talking about with y'all. And he's going to tell me to get rid of it and we will find something better. But I need that validation within my partner, who is so accommodating, so supportive. I need that confirmation from him, because I need another person telling me, like, yes, get rid of it. What was that? Like 20 minutes of processing and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. Why are we like this? I'm going to do more of this with myself and see what we can come up with to hopefully declutter this home. But I needed to process this with y'all first to get myself going and get that momentum going. This is a little bit of a strange video, but like, if you're somebody who gets it, you get it. I highly recommend taking that quiz to see what kind of organization person you are. And then we're just gonna do some somatic shaking to complete the stress cycle, because that was really stressful. And you know, there's limited options when you're sitting, but you can still do somatic shaking and you can still complete the stress cycle. And it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. We can make choices and we don't have to keep the things. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the next item that is gnawing away at me in the back of my head, and I'm just going to get rid of it, because if it's gnawing in the back of my head, then it can just go. Why? It's not only taking up physical space, but it's taking up like emotional, mental space. And that is too much for me. Highly recommend somatic shaking. This is not usually how I somatic shake. I usually stand up and get like a full body shaken. Highly recommend stimming. Whatever works for you. Whatever helps regulate your nervous system. We're gonna go do that. I haven't even really read the book yet. and I'm already just making choices. I just needed the feeling of pressure. These baskets I bought early on into our marriage. I really freaking like baskets. I have baskets up there, baskets over there. But I think at first I didn't know what kind of baskets I liked, and so I got all the baskets that I thought I liked. Not the case. I've used these for organization, and they're pretty, but they're not functional. And one of the things about being a bee is you need function. Those are holding towels. The towels don't fit well in there. I have a bigger basket for these towels. This is literally holding stuff that I barely use and could get stored away better. This one holding retainer containers, grinding guard containers, old retainers, old grinding guards. Why? So no more. I don't even utilize these. They can get tucked so far away that they're not on the shelf in the closet in the way. And these can go. They're pretty. They are aesthetically pleasing. I love looking at them. But I don't need them. I don't need them. And you know what else? They're circular. And so it's not like they store well on a rectangular shelf. But they're pretty. They're pretty. I thrifted them. They remind me of a vlogger who I watched often in my young 20s. And she just had such aesthetically pleasing stuff. Decanted everything. Just had so many nice things. And when she would declutter, I was like, oh, I wish I could have that. I am not her. And I am not functioning with these baskets. Like, they're not functionable. Not for me. Gosh, they're pretty. Not for me, though. Not for me. Somebody made a comment on a video, not mine, on somebody else's video, and they said that they tell themselves, look at this great thing I spent money on and bought for a stranger. Because when they donate it, they know it's hopefully going cheaper. Don't get me started on thrift store prices recently. But you spent the money and now it's a gift to a stranger. And if that's what helps you, say that to yourself. I got these for like $0.25, so whatever. They can go. They can go. I grabbed this one without thinking. I don't want to go through this. I have finally gotten my hair to a point that it does as curly routine as it needs to, and I need limited product. I have struggled a lot with my hair. Turns out I just needed more layering, and like layering all the way up to here. I have a hairstyle that I feel like is very gender affirming to me and I just like. So mousse, I tried it and I thought I was really going to like it. I don't at all. It's good for one day and the next day I'm like, this is disgusting. So no more. This I use regularly. Shout out to Wild Oak Farms. Amazing small shop, queer owned. Great lotion. Amazing lotion if you have sensitive or dry skin. I have had this for years. It has a 12-month mark on it. I have had this since early on into our marriage. So, no. This I use. This my partner uses. I have 2 of these guys. I actually have a place to bring these, so I will bring them there. I do use this. This, I'm going to be honest, I don't use as often as I would like to. I'm going to bring it to that same place so it gets used. This just needs to get used up. It's like a little travel size one, and it's like, why? This is like, I'm going to use this in the next 3 days. And these, we should just use up. But I'm going to bring these the same way. It's some traveling stuff. So we just got to use it up. My partners. This I do use. This is a reminder that I want to buy this stuff again. I will take a picture and I will find it again. Sometimes I do open it just to smell it. But like, there's like a hair on it. That's gross. It's just sticky. Oh, it smells so good. This is where it gets tricky, is you can't touch all these things, and you can't, the more you like touch these things and like connect with them, the more likely you are to struggle with getting rid of them. That's what's so hard. I did not do that well. I only got 2 things to go. But these I use, and this is going out of there. So 2 to get rid of, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things out of there. Plus, I have to ask my partner about these because I don't know. He only has 2 things. We do both use the same shampoo. We both use the same conditioner. I'm going to clean this basket. It's always telling to me if I have too much stuff, if the containers I have start bulging at all. And this one is bulging a little bit on this side. So we're just going to put in the things I use. And my partner's stuff will go in once he checks in with that. But like, look at this. There's hair. Ugh, my hair. There's so much empty space here by getting rid of that stuff. Being able to process this stuff makes me feel so much better. That was really hard in a way that it was mentally draining. And again, I feel like if people come from a place of judgment, it's just they really don't understand how disabling something like being ADHD or AuDHD or autistic, how disabling that can be, and how it is a part of your everyday life, including how your household functions. And for me, being a B, function is so important in the household. And if my stuff doesn't function and flow as it needs to, then mess is going to accumulate. And I'm looking at things already and seeing how much better they look with less stuff. And it encourages me to get rid of stuff even more. I didn't even realize I'm wearing this. Thanks for letting me be vulnerable in this and for processing this with me, because it was really difficult. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'll see y'all later. It's been maybe 3 hours since I ended the video. I'm just so overwhelmed. I've had this like panic attack feeling in me that I used somatic shaking to try to get rid of, which is very much, if you're autistic, a panic attack for me is really just a very big physical manifestation of a meltdown. I think the only point of recording this is to show in vulnerability how hard it is. That feeling of, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to struggle with this anymore. And the reality is there's always going to be the struggle, because I'm always going to be AuDHD. That's nothing that can be changed. The very best I can do is get rid of stuff to prevent this from happening. But in complete frustration, we've had this fruit fly issue and I didn't know why. I thought it was because I brought fruit in. I bought vegetables from Aldi's. I knew I shouldn't have, because whenever we get vegetables from Aldi's, the produce is only good for like a day or two. It's not really meant or maintained to stay for a long time. It just disintegrates so quickly. And sure enough, the potatoes that I had put under a cabinet, one of them had gone bad and bugs had found it. And it was just disgusting. And so I just made the rule, no more food under that cabinet. We lived in a trailer and it was the most accommodated living space I've ever been in. We had so much function in that kitchen. The laundry was right next to our bedroom. It worked so well. And you might think like a trailer, you wouldn't think that'd be set up. But I've always been looking for that again. When we bought this house, we bought it specifically because I was having sensory issues in the area we were in. And we picked this home because it was quiet and there was nature all around and it would be quiet and be a nice sensory space for me. But what it's not is a well-functioning home. And so things just don't click as easily as they used to. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what I pulled out because it's just, this kitchen is not set up. I'll show you. I know your instinct might be like, hey, I'm going to give you advice and I'll take advice if it's well-intentioned and thoughtful. But I'm going to be honest, a lot of this is us just waiting for us to be able to afford to renovate. This is the cabinet. It's really deep. You're never going to see that shelf in the back. I'm thinking about just putting some kitchen gadgets down here now. I'm not even sure because it's just not a good working space. We've tried so many different things down here. Pots and pans, pantry items. We had gadgets down there. I don't know what to do with it anymore. You know what? Maybe that's where our bags go. Because right now our bags are over here. And it's just this lost corner. And that would fit just fine. Like, it's at this point of like, what won't spoil, what won't be forgotten. That won't fit. We could make it work though. Like this is staining on the cabinet. That's how it came. I've just pulled, our oils were down there, food and stuff down there, kettle, just pulled things out, threw away the food that was down there. This is what we have here. Golly gosh, pulled out all the pasta that was being stored down there. This is a system that we have in place, but even that clearly is overwhelming. Part of the stress is that I know I'm doing this alone right now. My partner's not home and he will be home, but I've already reached that point of complete meltdown. The other stress is that I'm going to be helping my mom who has a lot of this stuff in her home, and I'm so overwhelmed with how that is going to go. Depending on how it goes, I'll edit this part out or not, because I'm not going to post this until after I've done all that. But like, I am just so exhausted of the constant fight to try to get my home to function for me. And I just wanted to share for those who can relate that like, yes, this is hard and yes, this can provoke meltdown. If you're somebody who's coming to the channel and you're like, this makes no sense, this person's crazy, this person's too emotional, this channel's just not for you. I am so glad that you can't relate to this. I feel like I won't be able to have a nice, clean space until everything is gone. Like, I feel like at this point, it's like, I have to get rid of way more than I thought. And that's on vulnerability today because I have no other progress for this. My stomach is upset because of the stress. Okay, now this is truly it, unless for some reason I decide to film more. My support partner is coming home soon, I hope. He'll help me. I'm so fortunate to have the help. I'm just so stressed out. Okay, that's all I can do right now. Hey friends, I didn't want to leave you with completely overwhelmed Jess. It has been 2 days. I did soon after that go into a full-blown panic attack meltdown, like gasping for breath. Service dog had to come in and help calm me down. This stuff is no joke. That being said, that day I was able to contact my partner later on, and I talked about what triggered me. I talked about how it wasn't working. I mean, I'm almost in tears again just rewatching and editing this. My amazing loving partner sprung into action. So let me show you what he's already done to help fix this problem. The table is going to be moved downstairs. We were really going to use it as a gaming table. He has started to put in this piece of granite that we got for free a while ago, and that is going to be like a breakfast bar in this area. He also bought some racks to help organize. They're very visual, they're very clear. It opens up this area. We have not touched this area yet. We're still figuring out what goes where, but functionality, we have function here. He knocked out the back shelf and we put the pressure cooker here, which is right above where I always cook with it anyway. And the bags are in here temporarily, but I think they're going to get housed in the car because that's where we use them. It's going to sound silly, but this piece really overwhelms me. It is like this 20-piece kit food processor that even just pulling it out overwhelms me. In order for this to work, you have to have this piece in there, this piece in here, this piece in here, and this piece in here. So if any of those 4 pieces are missing, it will not close and operate. So instead we have a very simple food processor kit. My mom actually had this. There's 3 pieces. There's like, well, I'll show you the box, but it's very, very simple. It is not this complex thing with too many pieces. This is what it looks like. And then the top is over here. I am so fortunate to have my partner who is so supportive. I am so fortunate to have successfully been able to train Ellie as a service dog to bring me down from a panic attack. That being said, I am on TikTok and I do tend to share those more vulnerable things over there. I'm kind of opening up to doing that on YouTube as well. I hope that this video reaches the right people. And I just want to say, if you made it to the end, thank you for just coming along with me in this video of such vulnerability and so much unpacking. I am still exhausted 2 days later from that meltdown. It is hard. It is so hard. I'll give you an update in the next video. Again, hopefully not in 6 months. But thanks for sticking around. Bye.